was born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. Around about the time, I say about 2nd or 3rd grade, my mom moved to Cooper Green Projects in Birmingham, Alabama, low income housing area. And I lived there all the way till I graduated out of high school. I joined the military in 1990. My mom had to sign for me to come in because she was ready for me to get out of her house just as much as I was ready to get out of her house. I actually officially was in the military July 5th, and I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, where I did basic training and AIT, where I got the MOS light wheel vehicle mechanic. So for me, I guess I was fortunate. My last job in the military, I was a garrison sergeant major, so I was basically a city manager. The other piece I had was that my wife had done 23 years in the military. She had already transitioned out, and so as we was getting near the end of my military career, she ensured that I, hit all those widgets that I was supposed to have. Also, I think another key to my transition was I talked to people that had already transitioned. Not people that were still in uniform and trying to get a feel of what it is I'm supposed to do, but I actually I had mentors that had already retired, and I was able to pick their brain. So I tell anybody that's out there that's gonna transition, treat your transition like it's a team sport and not an individual sport. I think in your transition is definitely important because it's so easy after you leave the military and you don't have nobody standing over you telling you what to do to get out of shape. Your health can drop off and stuff like that. I get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning. I'm working out. I have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. My routine is I ride with some of my friends on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Before I left the military, I started my morning motivation. So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do my morning motivation. That way I have a sense of purpose, because a lot of times people, they retire, and because they don't have a sense of purpose and they don't find or develop a routine, you'll start to see them decline. But I also got a crew that we meet up about once or twice a month and we go break bread with each other. And I think that's an awesome way to still stay connected. Another reason for moving here was to establish my civilian identity. But it don't hurt to have friends that was in the military that I can sit down and we can have conversations and they can relate to what I'm talking about. I always like to tell people your network is your net worth. It's who you know that's most important. So I went on LinkedIn, and the minute I hit open to work, it was all kind of jobs came out there. All people that I was still connected to that said, hey man, we'd love for you to come. But a friend of mine called me one day. He said, hey look man, I just got a new job and the SMA needs you. I'm like, who? The SMA what? And then he said SMA Tilly. So SMA Tilly was the 12th Sergeant Major of the Army. Sergeant Major Tilly has a few nonprofits. The two nonprofits that I deal with the most are the American Freedom Foundation and Your Next Mission Foundation. And so with those organizations, what we do, we have different job fairs throughout the United States that we go set up job fairs. We have partnerships with a whole bunch of military-friendly organizations that's looking for transition servicemen and women and veterans to come work for them. And that's what we do. We connect the organizations with the people. Well, statistically, if they don't find them something else to do, 5 years or so, they're gonna be checked out, man. I'm just gonna keep it real. I mean, you done seen veteran suicide, and oftentimes those veteran suicides because they was, and I don't want to seem like I'm a doctor or a therapist, but oftentimes you peel the onion back is because they weren't able to adjust. They weren't able to find something different. Their whole identity was tied to that uniform. And once they weren't wearing that uniform no more, they had no identity. You see the veterans that's thriving out there because they went and found something else to do outside of the military. You know, I don't know if you ever heard the story about the hyphen. You know, if you look on somebody's cemetery, on their gravestone, you got the day that they came into this world and the day that they left, and in between is a hyphen. So for me, I want my hyphen, because there's some people that come in this world, people know when they came here and they know when they left, but that's it. They don't know anything else about them. So for me, is I want to just know that I did the best that I could until the day I leave this joke. I aspire to inspire until I expire. Don't create no new debt. One of the reasons why a lot of people stay around longer than they have to, or they go jumping into jobs that they really don't want to do, because they created all this debt. You have to start preparing for life after the military, and you can't wait the 4 months out. You got to take advantage of all the programs that they have out there. A lot of senior leaders, especially senior leaders, don't take advantage of the programs like the Soldier for Life program, the Career Skills program, or the Skill Bridges program. You take advantage of those programs. Those programs help you in your transition. This is for that young man or that young woman that's out there that don't know who they are or where they going. Just know that that's normal. And don't let nobody else make you feel like you different because you don't know what you want to do. I mean, I did 30 years in the military, and when I got ready to transition, I felt the exact same way, like I was graduating from high school all over again. I just want you to know it ain't how you start, it's how you finish that's most important. You stay encouraged.